the Phantom Strike and the Distort Reality. So that's perfect. And it also has, well, it has extra cold damage for no particular reason. But it does have Strength Dexterity, and it has a lot of damage. So this is a really good find. Here's one to actually, compare. And this one is just with a strength suffix. So yeah, like, actually I found a really good one there. I'm not even quite sure what this is. This is probably of Reckless Power and with the cold damage. Whatever that one is, but yeah, like it's the... Oh, also I don't have anything on there yet. I'm kind of thinking that I should probably put on this one for, attack speed. Would be pretty nice for me. The attack speed will probably not even get us to 80%. It's 8% of what we have. So it will get us to 89%. But yeah. It's pretty sad that the 15% also goes for the skill disruption, because I would love that to be longer. But yeah, just a little bit of extra damage in between. I think that would be pretty nice. We could also have less damage from undead, which, I'm doing percentage here. Actually, I'm doing flat damage to undead, so it's not horrible to take this. We don't need particularly. But I'm just not quite sure. There's a damage to undead modifier here, and there's a damage to undead modifier here that's just 3 times stronger. Whatever. Yeah, Summon Outsider we have. I have not yet called him on anything. But I do hope that he actually makes it a little bit easier. And like I said, the next 2 levels are basically then, we will only get 1 level until Hades. So the next level is gonna be probably the Avoid Projectiles and the Spirit Ward. And then the next level is the 1 point here and 2 points into Premonition, so that we have more OADA. But yeah, we're gonna see about it. So far, relatively without many events. Oh yeah, the changes that I made apart from that. We found this just with Cerberus. So I found this and this from Cerberus. And as you can see, the Shade Stalkers have armor protection, cold and lightning resistance. This one has armor protection, cold and lightning resistance. And I found them in the same chest with Cerberus. That's kind of weird. I'm not gonna use those. I mean, as nice as they are, but I found one with 30 movement speed. The reduction is whatever. Could have gotten someone else, something else, but I have one with 30% movement speed, and this one just has 30% movement speed and reduction to all requirements. Just nicer to get through, I think. We are still 20 hours. That is with me explaining a lot of stuff on stream, so this one we still have with the fire resistance, like I said, could be a little bit more. I now have a little bit of pierce resistance. Not particularly for any big reason, but if I'm getting hit by a projectile, a little bit of resistance I would want to have. Bleeding, I'm still not sure. This just gives so little bleeding. But yeah, it would probably I would probably need to farm this and then put it on a better one than this. I've actually seen I have an Outrider Tunica, which is a monster infrequent. So not a rare one, a monster infrequent. And monster infrequents are apparently a little bit fucked because I can already put it on. Well, I mean, with this level, you were supposed to already be going to Epic in the base game, and they did not change much about the item requirements. So apparently monster infrequents are a little bit fucky in that regard, because I could already put on a suit with over 400 armor. Obviously I'm not gonna do it. I would even be tempted to just do it just to see how, you know, how much less damage we would take, but I said I wanted this to be solo self-found, so it's what we are gonna do, but yeah, it's it's pretty weird. Gotta give it to the game there. Yeah, the Blood Adepts. And yeah, as you could see, the special effect, it will mostly only trigger once. But it is a nice stun in between, because our biggest survival tool is actually stuns in this. Like, I don't have that much tankiness. Also, by the way, what I really like, so I just got this in Elysium, that I put on the Shade of Hector, because beforehand I did not have it. But it's what I said I wanted, because defensive ability and more avoid projectiles. So right now, with this we are gonna have 30% avoid projectiles, then an extra 8, and then an extra 6%. So I'm already over halfway to what I wanted this to be, with the full Death Chill aura with the debuff, and then 44% avoid projectiles. So over halfway where I actually wanted this build to be. It's pretty nice. See, I could have made it a little bit better, but yeah, we could have basically stunned them for almost the whole duration there. It's actually pretty nice. Unfortunately, it will stack weirdly. Like not use the full. Oh, how did I miss this? I clicked in between, huh? Oh yeah, but this was with 2 Blade Maidens here. So with 2 Blade Maidens, they've done 500 damage. So it's just a little bit weird, because the Thunderclap will trigger on Trance of Wrath, which Trance of Wrath has a 5-meter radius, and the Thunderclap has a 6-meter radius. So it can sometimes be a waste, say it like that. Sometimes when it just doesn't want to trigger as I want it to. But yeah, still, it's the stun that I said we wanted in between. Let's see how much you're gonna do. 300. My god. That is a lot, my dude. At least they are gonna take... from them. Finding an item from them. Maybe from the hero. That would actually be really nice if we found... like, not the Ductile hero. But the... not Polyphemus, but... what other Automata hero there is from those? Not quite sure, but yeah, that's when we find the other hero, I'm gonna let you know, and that one would be very cool to actually find, because they have I mean, if it works out, but they have generally a really high chance of dropping some really good items. And getting a torso armor from them would actually be really nice, because they have really high defense. So I'm not quite sure yet, right? What to do with my what to do with my armor sets. But so far we have already we have come to this point where I'm kind of like, yeah, I have basically everything that I want. Like, you know, all of our resistances are right now relatively good. Like, next time I'm gonna struggle is with... I mean, I've also equipped something on every piece, so... You know, it's pretty good. But, okay, we have 2 more pieces that I could equip something on. We have the artifact. So yeah, it's... Eventually. Like, there's still stuff that I can get better stuff on, but, you know. With this one, I have, for example, just put on the health, The strength is nice. I should not be fooled that we are gonna have more strength than I'm actually having. Hey, Anime. Fucking hell, my chat is not working again. Aww. But yeah, hey, Anime. How are you doing? I'm sorry, I did not see your stuff. Fucking hell. Anyways. Jesus. Thank you for the videos again. You're literally competing against yourself. There's nobody else that is giving bits. I'm so sorry. But at least you're winning, right? No, thank you very much. Yeah, like I said, my chat is disconnecting recently. Or like the last stream constantly because I don't have any high-speed volume data. Come on. That's when you're trying to keep an old contact because you're too lazy to actually make a new one with a new handy. But yeah, I'm fine. Like I said, the game is going good. I'm actually having fun. I'm actually having fun playing this again. So I'm actually kind of satisfied with how it is going. I should put my camera somewhere else because you can't see my health, and I guess that would be half of how serious it is. Because those guys are like, I need to actually chug 2 potions, as you can see there for those guys, but it's not so much close. Like you know, that I have the regeneration to actually get to the point that I can take 2 potions without getting my Death Ward triggered. It's already good enough against the Makai, but I guess it would still be nicer to actually see it. Whatever. Oh, but yeah, you can see 120 armor for those. Avi says hi. Tell Avi her title is spelled wrong. Literally, I did not even... I'm guessing that her Discord title is the same as her stream title. So if that is the case, then... Please, at least write learning correctly. Tell her that from me. And yeah, say hi as well, right? Just to keep the shit talk alive. But yeah, that was 100%. I can't even tell if she is doing it on purpose or not. So yeah, yeah, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. And yeah, have a good one, dude. Thank you for the thank you for the biddies again. You've been very generous. We have our first crystal here. The other crystal though is definitely locked behind. Oh god. Is definitely locked behind the Warden of Souls. And I'm not quite too sure if I should confront him. We have so far done every content apart from what I've not shown on the stream. Apart from... My god, I'm actually doing a lot of damage here. Apart from the Cave of Whispers. And hey Kosh, show your skill points. We are a Diviner, Spirit, Dream Mastery. Of course we have finally gotten Death Ward. I'm playing literally with only Ravages of Time, the rest is just stat points that I wanted here right now and getting up to the Death Ward. So, you know, Deathless challenge, so mostly defensive, and the rest, this is also mostly just stat points, but we wanted the Trance of Wrath for skill disruption and the reduced resistances, yes, but mostly just because burn damage is playing, you know, nice to play for the moment, but we are gonna skill into the Trance of Coalescence later on. And thank you for the follow. Do appreciate it, dude. With Diviner there's some nice synergies that are not so obvious. We are getting, well, electrical burn is mostly just for the Dream Mastery itself, that there's synergy with itself, with its own masteries. Vitality damage, though, that's gonna be a very late game thing with the life drain and cascades. But we are gonna have the minus resistance reduction to vitality and life leech, so that we're getting buffed here is pretty nice. Also physical damage, and physical damage we are also gonna buff with the unearthly power, which is also vitality buff, but whatever. And overall, this mastery combination has a lot of things going for it. The only thing is that it doesn't have any resistances. There's slow resistance. I do have the Atlantis DLC, yes, but we have not played any of it yet. I've already heard for the Deathless challenge that other people like to go into Atlantis before they are actually doing Act 4, getting some items, because apparently their stats are a little bit better, especially like with Tinkerer or whatnot. But I wanted to, do it in order. Play Ragnarok and Atlantis. Good luck playing it on the same day, dude. With Ragnarok, well, Ragnarok takes forever, constantly. So yeah, I'm wishing you good luck. I hope that I'm gonna get through Ragnarok in 2 days. Like, we needed 2 days for Act 4, and Act 4 is already one that I say is a relatively long one. Or, I mean, it's basically then the second longest one, but Ragnarok can be very annoying sometimes. Don't you want to put more points into Distortion Waves error? Yes, no, the armor, the Distortion Wave does have armor reduction. It would be nice, but like I said, for the moment, it is mostly defensive. We have now gotten our skill points together that we can actually... I mean, I said I wanted to get to 3000 life to solve, or before we go into Epic. But as I'm seeing it right now, that I have a little bit of spare room for extra life, and I'm actually having some buffs for percentage health, I'm actually thinking that I wanna go to 4000 life for Act 5, because Act 5 I just don't know that well yet. That's actually the one that I'm most afraid of out of all of the content that I'm doing, because the other acts I'm just knowing by heart, basically. Oh yeah, and we wanted to take this. So this is the only resistance we are going to get from those two masteries, slow resistance. So sure, we're going to take the 28%. What I said, for me right now, the avoid projectiles is the huge thing. We got 3% attack speed with our 4% total speed. But what is nice is that we are only 9% off from the highest movement speed. That's a little bit of a bullshitting thing, but it is nice to run around with this character. Like, I can actually run away from a lot of stuff if I need to, or make some small evade moves. But yeah, you're very right about the distortion wave. Other people have asked me why I'm going into distortion wave at all with the Diviner, if I want to play Deathless, because they like to play other things. I actually like Distortion Wave, and I want to play it as more of a battle mage, like close ranged spell casting. So it's very you're very right about that, and I really like the reduced armor. I actually thought that we're gonna get reduced armor on our weapon. Especially because I will apply it with the Shadow Strike to multiple targets, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. But I actually do like the Distortion Wave for the utility as well. Oh, damn it. I wanted to kill all of them with the Phantom Strike, but okay. I'm just too strong with default. I don't know my own strength with this build. I mean, there's a reason why I've stayed away from the Dream Mastery for so long. And hey, Bottle. People say Act 5 is annoying due to bleeding damage from trolls. That is also true. Like I said, my one resistance, like I do have 80% stun resistance, so nothing can happen to me there. Finally. I even have a little bit of skill disruption now. Not that it is super needed, but you know, kind of wanted to have a little bit of all resistances. Like I said, we are fast anyways, but we have slowdown resistance now. And yeah, I would like to be over 50%, so that would be another one to actually solve around here. Poison, you don't need that much poison. Like 45% is a fine amount. I do have vitality resistance. I don't have any life leech resistance. That's gonna be a problem. Like I said, we have 44% avoid projectiles with those items here right now. That's gonna be less, so then I will need more pierce. That I have over 33% and then those 44% avoid. That's basically my strongest stat right now. But I have no bleeding whatsoever. And I already, for the end gear that I've looked out for myself, it's, yeah. That's gonna be the one thing where I actually gonna struggle all game. Especially because with the gear I want, we're gonna have a gear that gives us minus 10% bleeding resistance, so it will get even worse. But yeah, that is gonna be an issue. Like I said, Act 5 I'm not looking forward to. For one, because it is annoyingly long. For the other, because I actually know it the least. So not quite too sure if I'm all too happy with doing that. And yeah, as you can see, like there's now the Folk that actually activated perfectly in this. I actually thought those were... They looked special, right? They kind of look goofy in this. Probably take a look at your bleeding resistance, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know it all too well, but I have done a lot of exploration still. I know what I'm up against. I want to know what I'm up against usually. You know, I want to get a good feel for it. I have a firm grasp on the mechanics, and I don't have any good analogies. But yes, when we are talking about analogies, then well, those poor dudes got obliterated. Very sad, you should have had more healers with you. The only way that those guys are actually surviving is if they have healers with them. Otherwise they are just constantly dying. But yeah, Act 5, the thing that I'm most afraid of in Act 5 is the trap plants. Well, and the Einherjers. Actually, no, wait. Are they? This one is pretty interesting. 6% health with the... I mean... Nah, it's fine. I guess it's just fine.
As a spider attends to her work, so do
I mean, we are gonna encounter them later in the game, or later in Act 5, so I do have a little bit of preparation time, but the Valhalla warriors, they can stun. Like I said, I do have right now 80%, but they can stun and do a lot of damage very quickly, especially if they crit. And they do have relatively high OA, so... More slow resistance would be pretty nice, right? Nah.
I am here to serve.
At least since I'm doing everything, as you can see, 15k monsters. At least since I'm doing everything, I'm gonna get, hopefully at some point, an artifact together. If nothing else, in Act 5, you actually do get an artifact for free, so maybe I'm gonna have something equipped there. Very generous of the game. Generally, it's mostly Deathless. No, it's not Deathless. I actually don't... the longest I have played Deathless was to Act 3 in Epic or so. See, completely whiffed the Shadow Strike again. No, I normally don't play Deathless. I'm not one for challenge runs, but I always play solo self-round. Like, I mean, I have already traded with others, sure, but usually I don't have people to trade with, and I actually don't enjoy playing like that either. Like, it's from those for how much theory crafting I'm doing, I have played very few builds that actually got to the point where I have equipment that I wanted. Like, literally, I have only 2 characters that actually have somewhat semi... he is fast, at least, if nothing else. Semi-appropriate armor on. Otherwise, I'm just, you know, taking what I find. And then, like, I mostly just play a character to the level that I want, but never to the equipment that I want, because it just takes too long. I'm not one for farming, but I obviously, since I'm not trading with others, it's kind of annoying. Okay. Normally I should have a move and then actually do my skill. And yeah, this is where it's actually coming in handy that I do have a little bit of energy leech resistance. Like I said, those are stats. Normally you don't need them for anything particular. But, you know, I want to have a little bit in everything so that I'm not forced to then chuck a potion. Without me actually, you know, really wanting to go for it. Oh, this is with Temptation, okay. Just because I'm hit by a spell that I don't have any resist to. So that's why we have mostly... Like, you could see at the freeze, I did not have anything against that. Also trap resistance. I wish I could actually have a stat that works against that. I'm not even quite sure why I'm bugged here. Why those guys are bugged out. Because, I mean, obviously I don't have any mods or anything on. So... whatever. Do your thing, game. We got the 2 Erebus crystals. We've got the first one there, and I actually think he is probably the strongest one of those, of the Machai generals, so should actually be relatively fine. Yeah, as you could see, I even have to stay alive. Like, I mean, I'm not specifically farming for anything, right? So I have not farmed anything in this run, and I have not particularly looked for to put anything on. But this one actually, like, I wanted to get rid of this because yes, 18% physical damage is nice, the 10% strength is nice to have. And we have actually replaced another one that was literally the same with that had less block chance and less damage than because it was lower level. So I'm very happy about this one. But by itself, those stats are nice, but nothing special. But it does have this 15% chance of pretty good life leech per second, which I'm not quite sure how long this is. Like, it has a life leech per second. I'm not quite sure what this means, actually. How many seconds is this being triggered? It just has a 15% chance. is it random? Is it like can it leech endlessly as long as the opponent is alive? No, it can't do that. But per second, I'm not quite sure. So normally this has a 100 heal. And like when it does get triggered, it heals for about 100, at least by the overhead numbers that are shown. And I actually really like that. Because sometimes I don't want to take a potion just for, you know, having 300 damage. Like I'm very much paranoid in this. That I do have the, like, oh, I have 300 damage on me, I gotta heal. Do I really? I have 3,700 life. Yeah, no, I gotta. Just because I don't want that potion triggered. Or on cooldown when I'm actually... like, right now we are actually sustaining relatively nicely what we have in potions. Like, I'm not running out. Obviously that would be the deadliest thing, and I'm always refreshing my potions so that I'm not suddenly sitting in a boss fight and wonder, oh hey, where's my heal gun? See, if I would have hit my Shadow Strike, which for some reason again I did not, but if I would have hit it, it would have been very nice to play. And yeah, for those guys, Distortion Wave with the... like, obviously they are taking a lot of the burn damage. This looks... am I gonna get gangbanged here? So what is... what is this supposed to be? The last stand? I'm gonna post this in the Discord. Also, hey, Bottle! Can I... oh. So much for that, Bottle. Why did you join the Discord and then... I would have given you your role, but okay. Let's post it in here. Like I said, I don't know why I have this visual bug, because I have nothing installed on it. And I'm not going in a different game speed. This is the normal game speed, so this should not happen. Very nice though. Good job, dudes. Perfect shielding. One of the lesser artifacts has life leech per second. Yes, life leech per second was a stat that I was very much looking at. Maybe that I'm gonna equip it just so that we are like because obviously within a fight it will also give you a little bit more tankiness, and my character is all about pseudo tankiness because I don't have direct tankiness, but I do have the reduction in speed and in damage that they are doing to me, but we don't have particular tankiness. So Life Leech would be just another one in that row that actually has a pseudo tankiness to it. This lasts till the mob dies, okay. Well, I gotta look at it again. From my experience, it did not. But I'll see. I mean, it's okay, dude. I'm just... My Discord is set up with exactly that in mind, and it triggers my PTSD. That I do have everything locked behind roles. Because a year ago I had people that wanted me off of Twitch, and they were, you know, spying on my Discord and, you know, trying to take shit out of context and whatnot. So I had to actually lock my Discord, or, you know, wanted to lock my Discord so that people that just join and then instantly leave again when they have whatever they wanted. So I locked everything behind roles. This one could actually be pretty problematic. Not gonna lie. This one would be good if you're actually seeing... If you're seeing my health bar, I guess. So yeah, I mean, it's... My Discord is kind of set up for that stuff like that doesn't happen. So even though I have 80% resistance to stuns, but I'm still not wanting to actually walk into this. How did he... The hit detection is so weird in this. Like, he just does not miss. And he is actually doing quite a hefty amount in that. Like, I actually would have hoped that that this is a projectile. And obviously I avoid projectiles. And apparently it is, but I was very unlucky with avoiding the first 20 of those. You know, sometimes you just gotta call out the game for this. because as I saw, the regrowth is activated on low health, yes, but what I didn't see is a wave of healing energy rapidly restores lost life, and that's where I kind of stopped reading, to the target ally. So apparently if an ally is on low health, this will heal the ally for 440 health. I actually thought that was, maybe I'm my own ally, but I hope that this would actually trigger on top of the death ward, or whatever low health means. But yeah, that will not happen. So, good thing that I noticed this beforehand. I mean, this one we could also put on. Like I said, I would kind of just like... well, I mean, just better ones in that regard. Like this one has 3% more health, so it's not that much of a difference in health. It has some more defensive ability, but... And like I said, it's perceiving with the strength. Yeah, if I do put a ring on like that... I can't sneeze. If I do put on a ring like that, I'm basically buying them because, hey, I have them to throw away now. I have so many of them that I bought, and for some reason we are finding all of those rings in normal, in all the different ways that we can combine them. See, I do have something with Energy Leech. I do have something with Life Leech here as well with 300 health. So I already thought about Life Leech actually putting it on. Just not quite sure. And for some reason I don't have Bat Fangs. I don't know why. I think maybe I do have one in here. Yeah, I do have one here, which also has Energy Leech. I guess I could put that on just so that I'm not using anything anymore. But yeah, this one is probably my best bet. This one is probably my best bet. 15 bleeding resistance. Like if I don't get anything on the boar height, that I put that on, just to have 15% somewhere. It's not really good, but what else am I supposed to do, right? Yeah, this one I'm not gonna give up because it's like I do have one of the Valor of Achilles, but nah, not gonna do that right now. And those, I can't make any of those. Like I said, some of those are in the Relic Vault, and I don't necessarily want to farm for it. Even the Essence of Anubis Wrath I don't have. But yeah, this one, probably what you meant, right? With Life Leech. It does have physical damage, it does have vitality damage, and it does have attack damage converted to health. So that's... Like, this one would be basically the pseudo-defensive thing. Also, a completion bonus would be nice to have. But like I said, Essence of Anubis Wrath, we still need that. I've only gotten one, so... If I break it down, that is like 10 Telkin runs. Like I said, there would still be things to be done that need to be done if I really want to make this like, oh yeah, I really gotta keep this deathless. Yeah, I could do some stuff more than I'm doing right now, but I'm gonna play with fire. I'm actually pretty okay with that new Nightwish song. Like I said, I could not really deal with the new Nightwish songs so much. For some reason, I'm very weird in my Nightwish tastes. because I like the stuff that everyone despised when it was actually... Well, I mean that everyone despised and it was some of the most liked overall. It was just despised by the fans because, oh, changes. Oh yeah, I forgot I did not clear that out. I was very surprised to find enemies here. Yeah, I'm totally focused on the staying alive. Like I said, you can actually glitch down here to the cell doors. You can actually go out of bounds. At least in old versions, I guess. I mean, maybe now with the unstuck button that they basically use, like, oh yeah, that unstuck button solves all of our problems. Maybe you can get around here a lot easier, and maybe you can actually free them all. Like maybe that you can finally get around here as well. Like beforehand it was just loading in the map incorrectly. So you put a portal on a ledge here, and then you went to another portal, came back in, made another portal, came back in, made another portal, and then at some point it would drop over the edge. But like I said, that was a bug exploit that allowed you to go out of bounds. Now maybe with the unstuck button that it actually transports you around. But like I said, I don't even know. Maybe, like, I mean, it would be a very, like, it would be a super quirky way of actually giving an achievement. Like, I mean, Titan Quest actually has nice achievements. There's some Steam games that obviously, especially back in the day, had that Steam achievement baiting, like, hey, here's one game and you just have 10,000 achievements that you can get from it, so you can farm them. Because they were also kind of like going to the levels on Steam, to your account levels that obviously have... like, I mean, if I had friends, right? Like, you can have more friends on Steam. Yeah, I have 2. I think I'm good with my limit of 50 or so. I don't play with other people anyways. I'm a horrible human being and I will be forever alone. Okay, I should actually test this. Okay, we're not taking much with this. Or maybe I'm just gonna... Okay, he's not doing too much. I can... Yeah, I can actually tank him. Nice, okay. So we can actually get it. He has a slowdown weapon, unfortunately. It's a little bit annoying. Like, I do have slow resistance, yes, but... Yeah, see, double crit with 199. Does he actually... When he is triggering with both attacks, does he naturally double crit? It seems like it, right? That should not really be the case. And yeah, like I said, I would have really liked to get my double armor piece here, but I guess we're not gonna get that. And my chat is gone again. God damn it. Within Temptation. Out of the ones that I'm actually listening to, less so. I'm sometimes listening to their songs, but not a fan. Like, I've never listened knowingly to one of the albums. Okay. So now that we can actually, we have gotten the Soul Warden, we can actually get the Erebus Crystal as well. Also 5% total damage. For our electrical burn, it's pretty nice. Still, I'm not quite sure. With the Erebos crystal, as nice as it is, the normal one is... I mean, like literally, I mean, I can't put it on here. Oh, by the way, this is a kind of interesting two-part sets. Those are kind of... Okay, you're back. Nice. I really like those. I don't know what I get out of this one. I have not looked it up yet. Like I said, we found this with Cerberus. But the thing that I would get here is vitality damage resistance. As nice as it is, but the normal one is kind of too weak. I've never gotten the legendary Erebus crystal with +2 to all skills. That one would be... If I finally got one of those, that would be very nice. I would very much like it, but... Meh. Okay, so this one, like I said, we do have energy, and we are not... I do have my 80% stun resistance now, but I don't wanna take any chances with this one getting stunned and then trapped in her spell. So, like, she is basically the encapsulated spirit mastery, right? Oh, and now they are dying. The ones beforehand, I don't know if you have been there already for that, but yeah, exactly. This one hits fucking hard. This one I'm actually want to be afraid of. Okay. And she has taken off my trance as well. Okay. So now we have baited her out once. That's good enough. We are not taking off any of her energy. It's very sad. Okay, come down here. I want to actually fight you here. She's gonna drop that thing under my ass, right? Instead of coming down here again. Like, she's still firing from up there. It's very infuriating. Yeah, exactly. Good job. I don't need... Like, I have resistance against Energy Leech already. And I still can't... retain my trance around her. Like, I like that she now has, from the mechanic, that you have one moment where you are actually allowed to stand in it and you can still run out. Oh, she could have also dropped something with pierce and bleeding resistance, which I'm using with one other character, which is a mage character though. Are we actually not gonna fight any DuckTales? That would be very nice. I would be very happy about that. If we are not actually getting one of them. Okay. Hope it is a good tea. What did I learn last time? The Fargo long tea or what? That is the most expensive tea in the world. Basically weighs up in gold. How am I missing? How am I missing my Shadow Strike or my Phantom Strike against an unmovable object? I don't even know how I do that. I did not expect it from a Titan. See, from a Titan quest viewer. How do I miss? How do I actually? I have 200 OA. I should at least not miss against an immovable object with a skill. No. See, I always get shit with the crystals. I don't even know what to do there. Okay, so Mr. Final Boss. One sippy. I'm feeling ready. Yeah, I will pay, but what about you? Oh, he's doing 200 damage, that's not so bad. He is actually kind of a joke. Like in the beginning when you did not know his moves, you were kind of impressed, but normally what I like to do with a new boss... Oh yeah, and you can see there I did not attack and the Thunderclap went off on the Trance of Wrath. But yeah, when you first fought him, he was actually pretty hard. Also, I think they have nerfed him quite a bit since the original one. You know what I might actually do? Nah, we're not gonna waste it yet. Not yet. I'm gonna waste stuff pretty soon, but not yet. Let's see what I can actually do here. Like if I do stay close range. No, he's... Oh, okay, sad. I actually hoped that I could avoid that, but nope. But that is why I have chosen not to cheese yet. And also this thing is actually doing quite a lot of damage, so...